7. Erisicthon's hunger. The wife of Autolycus, who was the daughter of Erisicthon, had privileges equal to his. Her father disrespected the gods' authority and did not offer them any honors on their altars. He was also known to have desecrated a grove belonging to Demeter by cutting down trees with an axe. Among these trees stood an ancient oak, revered as a sacred site with filies, tablets, and garlands adorning its trunk as tokens of granted wishes. Dryads often danced around this tree, and people would walk around its trunk in reverence. The oak had a circumference of 3 times 5 ells, and the rest of the wood around it was as sacred as the grass under the whole grove. However, Autolycus's son, disregarding its sanctity, ordered his servants to cut down the sacred oak. When they hesitated, he took an axe and declared that even if the oak were a goddess, it would still fall. As he prepared to strike, the oak trembled. Its leaves and acorns turned pale, and its branches sweated. When he struck the trunk, blood flowed like a sacrificial bull's blood at an altar. Shocked, one of the bystanders tried to stop him, but Autolycus's son turned the axe on him, beheading him. Ignoring the warning, he continued to hack at the oak. From the middle of the oak, a nymph, beloved by Demeter, spoke, foretelling that punishment awaited him for his deeds, and that her death would bring solace. He persisted in his wicked plan. After countless blows and the use of ropes to pull it down, the tree finally fell, leveling a significant portion of the forest. All of the Dryads, sisters of the fallen oak, mourned the loss of the grove and their home. In their sorrow, they appealed to Demeter, dressed in black, asking for justice against Erisicthon. Demeter agreed to their plea. With a nod of her head, she caused the fields heavy with crops to tremble, devising a punishment for him, one that would be lamentable if he had deserved any sympathy. She decided to afflict him with deadly famine. Since Demeter and famine could not be in the same place, Demeter instructed Oreus, a mountain deity, to deliver famine to Erisicthon. She described an icy region in Scythia where cold, paleness, trembling, and hunger dwelled. Demeter commanded famine to bury herself within the sacrilegious man's breast and to remain insatiable. She provided Oreus with her chariot and dragons to carry out this task. Oreus, flying on the chariot, reached Scythia and found Famine on a mountain called Caucasus. Famine, with her rough appearance and emaciated form, was tearing up herbs with her nails and teeth in a stony field. Keeping her distance, Oreus delivered Demeter's message to Famine and quickly departed, feeling hungry herself despite just arriving. She returned to Haemonia. Famine, obedient to Demeter's command, flew on the winds to Erisicthon's chamber. Finding him asleep, she enveloped him with her wings and breathed hunger into him. Then, she left for her desolate abode. In his sleep, Erisicthon dreamed of food, but upon waking, his hunger was insatiable. He consumed everything before him, yet his appetite only grew. He demanded more food, unable to find satisfaction. Like the ocean never being satisfied with water or fire with fuel, Erisicthon's appetite was unquenchable. He continually craved more, with every morsel of food only fueling his desire for more. Through his relentless appetite and insatiable hunger, Erisicthon had depleted his ancestral estate. Yet, even then, his hunger remained undiminished, his insatiable appetite still strong. Finally, having devoured his entire estate, only his daughter remained, unworthy of him as a father. Pressed by need, he sold her off. Being of noble birth, she could not tolerate being owned. Stretching her hands out to the sea, she pleaded, "Free me from my captor, you who took my virginity." Poseidon, having had her, answered her prayer. He transformed her into a man, fitting him with the appearance and attire of a fisherman. When questioned by her master about her whereabouts, she, pleased with Poseidon's intervention, denied having seen anyone on the shore besides herself, successfully deceiving him. Discovering his daughter's ability to transform, Erisicthon repeatedly sold her to different masters. But she would escape, taking various forms, sometimes a mare, a bird, a cow, or a stag, providing for herself while evading her father. Eventually, Erisicthon's hunger drove him to cannibalism, tearing at his own limbs to sustain himself. But why focus on others' misfortunes? I, too, have the power to change my form, though limited in number. Sometimes I am as I am now, other times a snake or a powerful bull. But now, as you see, one side of my forehead lacks its horns." His words were followed by sighs.